is happening, people? It is Brian Alsruhe, NeverState.com, and I'm joined here today with a very special guest, Jeff Kricklick. Jeff is one of our coaches here at Never State Athletic and one of the top 200 pounders in the entire nation, and he's just had a really interesting weekend.
So I just came back from New York State Record Breakers, where I competed as a 198, and I got 3 state records, including the Axle Continental Clean and Press, which we're going to be talking about today.
And he just barely missed the national record on the Axle Clean and Press, and that was due to
too much chocolate milk.
Too much chocolate milk. First tip, don't drink a gallon of chocolate milk before the competition.
Because you can't brace. It sucks.
Well, you could brace.
And you might poop your pants.
It just might get messy. So today what we're going to be doing is talking you guys through what's allowed, what's not allowed, what we're looking for as judges. You guys are going to be seeing him as a judge at the Lionsate contest. So make sure that you guys recognize his face, come say hi. He's a super nice guy, super awesome strongman. And guys, we're doing this competition for the athletes. So we want to make this as streamlined as possible. Hopefully this video will help you guys get some techniques, get some ideas, get some strategy going into the event. Let's get after it. All right, so the event is the Axle Continental Clean and Press. You don't need to continental it. As many reps as possible in 60 seconds. You need to clean every single one. Now, the way it's gonna be set up is there's gonna be 2 different barbells. One is gonna be your heavy barbell, one is gonna be your light barbell. The heavy barbell is worth 2 points. The light barbell is worth 1 point. That is gonna become very important if you do math the way I do math, 3-point barbells.
Math is hard.
Now, with that in mind, it's up to you which one you choose to do. If you guys think that you can get the heavy barbell, I would encourage you to do that a couple times before you move on to the light one. If you start out on light one, it feels super light and you go to the heavy, chances are you have 60 seconds. The transition plus the changing of weights is probably not gonna go real well for you. However, dropping down is gonna be a big deal. So if you hit 2-3 reps on the heavy axle and you have to drop to the lower one, that's what you do. You need to be smooth, you need to be moving the entire time. But the one thing that I will say about the heavy axle is if you start fatiguing whatsoever, if you get your 3rd clean and press and you start getting it up and it feels like you're struggling, get to the lower axle. If it was a technique thing, stay on the heavy one. But if you are fatigued at all, get the points. Don't waste the time. 60 seconds is so stupid fast, especially when you need to do something as time intensive as a continental clean and press.
As far as equipment goes, guys, you can use chalk, as you see on my hands right here, voila. You can use a mouthpiece. I like to use it for bracing. It helps a lot. Under Armour, I'm looking for a sponsorship. Wrist straps, good. Elbow sleeves, good. You can chalk your shirt as much as possible, look like Frosty the Snowman if you want. You can use a hard belt, whether it's single prong, dual prong. You can use a lever belt if you want. You can also use a soft belt, which you see underneath there. I'm a little fat. And then, you can use knee sleeves, you can use warm pants, but you can use lifters. You cannot use tacky though. If you use tacky, we're gonna have a problem.
Look guys, bottom line, I know everyone's trying to get one leg up and anything that you could possibly do to get that leg up, you're going to do. I understand, I do the same exact thing. But if you cheat and I catch you, you're out. So if you're gonna cheat, be good at cheating. That said, absolutely no tacky on your hands, nothing on your chest, no spray tacky, no tacky towels. If it's tacky, you're out. Do not disgrace the sport, do not disgrace yourself. Don't cheat. But if you are gonna cheat, don't get caught. Last thing before we get into this, I have an entire video explaining the actual technique of the Continental Clean and Press. I'm going to link it above if you guys need help on the technique of it. That is where you want to go. We're not going over technique here. We're just going over what is going to count as a rep and what is not going to count as a rep. So go click the video. So if you are strong enough to double overhand the axle, I would encourage that you double overhand the axle because this is a lot easier and a lot faster. These weights are not extremely heavy as far as strongman competitions go. However, you need to clean every single time. So if your grip starts going, you're going to need to flip over under. As you can see, he's getting it set. You can use as much leg drive as you want. You can do whatever you want. What we're looking for on lockout is that his arms are locked out above his head. His knees are locked out. His hips are locked out. If any of this is loose, it is not going to work. If his feet are offset, it is not going to work. If I'm from the side and I cannot see his head through this window of his arms, it's not going to work. This is probably getting heavy-ish. We're just gonna continue talking.
We're good.
So, you're allowed push press, strict press, push jerk, split jerk. Really, we encourage ugliness in strongman. The more ugly that it can be getting its way up is completely fine with me as long as it gets locked out and you stick to the rules.
I mean, guys, look at my face. Come on. A little ugly right now. That was a good mistake.
Hey Jeff, while you're holding that, why do you have this bandage on your nose?
I lost the battle with the stone, but then I came back and won it.
He was doing Atlas Stone over at press and landed on his face. You guys should check that out on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
LL Cool Yef. There's an explanation behind it.
There you go.
Turned into Atlas Stone on the head press.
Correct.
So, if you're not strong enough to double overhand this thing, you need to continental clean and press it. Which means that it's gonna stop halfway up your body on the way up. So he's gonna go up, he's gonna rest it, either flip his hands there, mini clean, pop it up. He's gonna get set, throw and catch. And down. Now, interesting fact here, while Jeff's gonna continue to show you guys, interesting fact about the continental clean, that is how people used to get barbells up to get things above their head in the old-timey strongman era when people wore leopard leotard and such nonsense. But the whole idea here is that if they got it up in one motion, they said you got it clean. Hence, that is where clean comes from. Before that, in order to get a bar from the ground to your shoulders, very similar to the snowboard squat that is getting popular right now, it was just simply the continental. That was it. So, if you're not strong enough to double overhand, this is what you need to do. Now, if you notice, this bar is not resting on his belt. If the bar rests on the belt, that is a no rep.
No, 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 no.
That means if you're going to pull this thing, you're going to want to pull up at this area because it's going to fall in the transition. So you're going to land here. If you only high pull to here, you're going to be sitting on the belt, you're going to no rep. Now, Jeff's doing that in one motion, meaning that he is flipping his hand as he goes. You can go. He's flipping his hand as he goes. You do not need to do that. You can pull it up, flip your hand here, and then go. You can do whatever you want to get it up as long as it does not touch your belt. You do not have any tacking on your body. You don't rest it on your head, Elena. Oh, now we're good. Down. All right, so the basic idea here is you need to wait for a down command. This is something that I've messed up 1,000 times in competition, and you really don't want to lose those reps because you didn't listen. You need to wait for a down command. We already talked about what things we're looking for to get that down command, but it's very important when you go to your judge, I would very much encourage you to walk up to them. If Jeff is your judge, just walk up and say, hey, thank you very much for everything you're doing for me today. Would you please tell me exactly what you're looking for? If you guys have a problem with your elbow, there's some people that have had surgeries where their elbow won't lock out. Tell your judge, it will be okay. Well, what we will allow that as lockout if you have some circumstances, or your knees, or any things like that. That is gonna be very, very important, but if you guys put it down before you get down, there's gonna be no rest. All right, so in this scenario, Jeff is not strong enough to get the heavy bar a bunch of times. So he's gonna get set, drive up. You do not want to waste that continental clean and press. If he goes for a second rep, that might be a little bit more struggle. I'm telling you, if the clean is a problem, then the press is gonna be a problem. So if he does not get it, that is a no rep. He's gotta get to his other bar fast. You're still under the clock. The clock does not stop when you are switching bars. He gets it up to the top and goes. Now, as far as what you can do with this barbell, if you throw it intentionally, I'm gonna get very, very angry because I had to pay for the barbell and I don't wanna buy another barbell, so I appreciate you not doing that. That'll get you no rep. But if you're underneath and you control it down like this, good to go. You can do anything you want there as far as that's concerned. Just don't be walking out underneath of it. Don't be disrespecting the equipment. If you disrespect the equipment, I will disrespect you. All right, now last thing I want to talk about with this is definitely the pacing. So you guys should be doing some practice rounds, some mock meets, where you know exactly how long it takes you to get one rep with the heavy bar or with the light bar. So when you're 30 seconds into your set and when your training partner yells out, you have 30 seconds left. If you're on rep 3 and that's where you're supposed to be, your pacing is good. If you're ahead of that, you need to slow it down, take a breath, because if you rush, if you hurry, it's not gonna go well. But if you are going too slow, then you need to kick it in, and of course, the last 15 seconds, not that really matters anyway, because the second that someone says 15 seconds left or 10 seconds left, everyone goes full potato, and you just go into a bicep tearing frenzy of awesomeness. Also, a strategy point, do not waste a clean. If it was a regular clean, waste it all day. I don't care. A continental clean and press takes so much out of you just because you can't regulate your breathing. As you pull that thing up, it's sticking on your diaphragm, you can't breathe right. You mini clean, you can't breathe right. You're flexing your butt, you're trying to breathe and brace. So when you guys get up to the front rack position, it is going to be massively important to make sure your butt is flexed, you are set, everything is ready to go, you get your breath, you get your brace, then you drive up. If you rush that at all and you miss a rep, the continental takes longer than the press. So do not waste any reps on the clean. All right, so the way that you guys can start, you can start with your hands on the axle. Now what your judge is gonna do, he's gonna walk up and he's gonna say, competitor ready, go. Or he's gonna say, competitor ready, set, go. Either way, you're gonna get locked out. Once you're there, down. Once he's down, he can start moving again. There is absolutely no time as far as up commands. You need to wait for the down command, but I don't know. I think
it's everything.
That's about it.
that's about it.
Yeah.
If you have any other questions, you can ask them, but I think that pretty much covers it.
Just be strong.
Be stronger. All right, guys, so thank you very much for watching this video and just checking out what's going to go on. If you guys are signed up for the Lionsate Classic, I'm extremely excited to meet you. I'm extremely excited to see how all of you guys do, and I hope it's a really fun day. Hopefully these videos will be helping you out. We're going to be putting them out throughout the week, throughout next week, just going over each and every single event, trying to give you guys some tips. Go watch that kind of Continental Clean and Press video if you guys need technique help. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until I see you again, go out, do something amazing in your lives. Keep working hard. Be nice to each other, people. We'll catch up in a bit.